You're 22 years old. You open your banking app half asleep, and sitting there is a number you've never seen before. $1 million. For a second, you think it's a glitch. Then you realize it's real. For the first time in your life, you feel like you've escaped money problems forever. But 6 months later, you discover something nobody warned you about. Becoming a millionaire might actually be easier than staying one. Part 1. The $1 million morning you wake up on an ordinary Tuesday. Same ceiling, same alarm, same cracked phone screen. Except this morning, everything is different. You check your account out of habit, and there it is. 7 figures. Not a typo. Not a dream. Your hands are shaking a little. You read it 3 times. $1 million. You think about every time you stressed over rent. Every time you checked your balance before buying coffee. Every "I can't afford that" you've ever said out loud. Gone. Or so it feels. You lie back down and smile at the ceiling like it owes you an explanation. But having $1 million and knowing what to do with it are 2 completely different things. Part 2. I can finally buy whatever I want. The first few days feel like a movie. You order the things you've wanted for years. New phone, new wardrobe, a weekend trip you booked without checking the price first, because for once you don't have to. A $1,000 purchase feels harmless. You've got $1 million after all. A $5,000 purchase still feels affordable, barely a dent. Then a $20,000 purchase starts to feel normal, because everything before it already felt fine. You put a deposit on a Cybertruck. You start apartment hunting in the luxury filter. None of it feels reckless in the moment. It feels earned. Then quietly, a thought creeps in that you try to ignore. You didn't become financially free. You just upgraded your expenses. Part 3. The $1 million illusion. Here's the part nobody tells you. $1 million sounds infinite until you actually run the math. Taxes take a bite the moment money moves. Inflation quietly shrinks what's left every year you hold cash instead of growing it. Then there's rent or a mortgage, insurance, a car payment, healthcare, and the slow bleed of small subscriptions and takeout orders that add up faster than you'd admit. And here's the detail that changes everything. Net worth isn't the same as cash in hand. If your million is tied up in a house, stocks, or a business, you can be a millionaire on paper and still not have enough liquid cash to cover an emergency next month. $1 million isn't a finish line. It's a starting balance. And how long it lasts depends entirely on what you do next. Part 4. Everyone knows you have money. Word travels fast. A cousin mentions it at a family dinner. Someone posts about the Cybertruck. Suddenly, people who haven't texted you in a year are checking in just to catch up. An old friend needs a small loan. A relative hints they could really use help with rent. A guy from high school wants you to invest in his startup idea. Everyone assumes you can afford dinner, tickets, gifts. Everything, all the time. At first it feels flattering, then it feels heavy. You start noticing who reaches out when you have nothing to offer them versus who only shows up now. If everyone suddenly knows you have money, how do you know who actually cares about you? Part 5. The biggest mistake. Here's the mistake almost every new millionaire makes: confusing wealth with income and confusing having money with knowing how to keep it. You can have $1 million and still end up broke in a few years. You can earn $200,000 a year and still live paycheck to paycheck if your spending grows as fast as your income. A huge balance doesn't fix bad financial habits. It just gives them more room to do damage. Income creates wealth, but behavior protects it. That single idea is the difference between the people who turn a windfall into generational stability and the people who turn it into a cautionary story. Part 6. What you should actually do. So if this were you, here's what would actually matter. Don't upgrade your lifestyle the moment your balance changes. Let it sit for a while first. Build a real emergency fund before you build a wish list. Wipe out any high-interest debt immediately. It's the fastest thing quietly eating your money in the background. Spread your investments instead of betting everything on one idea, one stock, or one friend's sure thing. Protect what you have with the right insurance and legal structure. Keep your financial life private. The fewer people who know your numbers, the fewer problems you invite. And most importantly, put your money to work building assets that generate more income, instead of just sitting there or draining away. None of this is exciting, but it's the difference between a windfall and a foundation. Part 7. The psychology of having money. This is the part nobody puts in the highlight reel. You start fearing you'll lose it all. You compare yourself to people with even more, and somehow still feel behind. You lose the hunger that used to drive you, because the urgency is gone. You feel guilty spending and guilty not spending. You feel pressure to keep up a lifestyle you built in your first excited month. And there's a strange, lonely feeling that comes with no longer sharing the same problems as your friends. The money removed some stress from your life and quietly created a different kind you never expected. Money can remove certain problems while creating completely different ones. 1 year later, fast forward 12 months. There are two versions of how this goes. In one version, you bought everything right away. Expenses crept up every month. You made a few emotional investment decisions based on excitement instead of research. You lent money to people who never mentioned paying it back. You stopped learning, assuming the balance would just take care of itself. Slowly, quietly, the million starts disappearing. In the other version, you kept your lifestyle mostly the same. You invested consistently, even when it felt boring. You built more than one source of income instead of relying on the lump sum. You protected what you had and kept learning. Compound growth started doing the heavy lifting for you. Same starting point, same $1 million. Two completely different futures, decided entirely by daily decisions, not the initial windfall. The real question was never, how can I spend $1 million? It was always, how do I turn $1 million into lasting financial freedom? Your first million isn't the finish line. It's a test of patience, of habits, of who you become once the pressure of not enough disappears. Getting rich changes your lifestyle. Knowing what to do with it changes your entire future. If this video made you rethink what having money actually means, that's exactly why I make these. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a like if it hit home. Tell me in the comments what you do with your first million, and share this with someone who needs to hear it before they ever get their million.